What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Ruxora, and here we're going to be doing, again, continuing with the set review. Not really full set review, but basically just talking about interesting cards from the set. So yeah, if you enjoy the content, remember to like, comment, subscribe. And also, again, I have all the other inks. So I covered the dual inks, covered the amber and amethyst so far. We're going to cover emerald in this video. And we also, again, if you haven't watched my other videos, this is the grading scale that I use, A through F with a subcategory in T. If you want a more thorough explanation, check out, again, my other video covering the dual ink cards, because I go more in depth there. Just trying to put this out as much as possible since, again, the set is out. So yeah, let's get right into it. So first, we got P here, which is an interesting one. So there's a little bit of a emerald mechanic in playing actions that aren't songs. So we got Pete, 1 cost, 1/2/1. Notably a pirate. So when you play an action that isn't a song, you can banish a chosen item. So that's kind of interesting. Again, you can play things like Baboom, Fire the Cannons, Hypnotize. All of these are cards that Emerald Steel plays a lot. Is this good enough to run? Not sure. Also, Sail. So for the Emerald Sapphire deck, this could be a nice 1-drop. Again, is this good enough? I don't know. It looks like a C. Again, the Pirate Clause, the Pirate and Villain Clause is both kind of cool. And again, there is a greater theme. We talked about the Smee from the previous set that also wants you to play actions that are not songs. It's unfortunate that it's not just not singing a song. It can't be a song, which is rough. Anyways, next up we got Lady. 1 cost, 1/2/1. When you have a character named Tramp in play, this character gets +1 lore. And again, we have a couple of Tramp cards. We got the one here, as well as the dual ink card that it sees play in. Already, this card's seeing play. It looks like a C+. Just a nice 1-drop that can quest for 2. So kind of like the Cursed Merfolk in combination with Tramp. I guess we could talk about Tramp next. So Tramp is a 2 cost inkable 1/3/1. If you have a character named Lady in play, it costs 1 less to play. Awesome, so good synergy there. And then also, when you play this character, chosen character for yours gets +1 this turn for each other character you have in play. So you could maybe again play a couple of play a different 1-drop on turn 1. Play something like a P, just a random character. Your opponent plays something, and then you can play Lady and Tramp and buff up the character that you played, and kind of get some board control there. So not bad. The discount again is less relevant, as again you have Lady on turn 1, and then on turn 2 you could have already played Tramp, but still some nice synergies. Again, this looks like a C+. Again, these just are essentially like a pair. If you're running Lady, you're going to be running Tramp. I want to talk about this card. This is a card that I tried in draft. This is an F. Just returning a damaged character to your player's hand, even if you are running synergies. It's like with damaged characters or putting damage on stuff. It's just feels so silly to have dealt a character damage and then remove the damage by bouncing it. So this is just like, it just doesn't make sense to me why this card exists in this way. You can use it on your own character, which is kind of interesting, but this is not a competitive card in any way. So otherwise, nothing too crazy. Baymax here is a nice new addition. 2 cost 3/2 that quests for 2. So nice stats there. And then the only downside is that it enters play exerted. We've seen these stats before, or seen this ability before. Sometimes it can be a little bit not great, but an Emerald might be a nice addition. So looks like a C. Definitely could see some play. Let's see. This Donald Duck says when it is challenged, you can return an action that isn't a song from discard to your hands. It could be, again, something like Hypnotize or Baboom. The quest for 2 is nice. The pirate and hero tags are nice and all that stuff. But again, giving our opponent agency as to when you get the card back is pretty rough. And then also just a 1/1 that just dies to any type of removal. Not too good. Not too good. What else do we got here? 4/2 with Ward. Hero Hamada is a nice one. This card's definitely going to see some play. It already has seen some play. Hello? Can we load? Hello? I don't know why that was taking forever to load, but here we go. Yeah, Hero Hamada, 3 cost, 3/3 inkable, quest for 1. Hero Inventor, which are, again, relevant tags. And then when you play a Flipboard character on this card, you draw a card. So if you shift on it, you draw a card. And again, we already know about the Baymax that can shift on top of it, as well as the Hero Hamada. So again, in the Emerald Sapphire deck, this looks like it has been a really powerful card. With either of those, you shift over top, you draw a card, and then you have, again, the effects from Baymax and Hero. So it kind of rebuys you for kind of the downside that playing a Flipboard character sometimes has of like card disadvantage. But looks like a C+, looks like a very fine card to play. This Pacha is interesting for the discard decks. Holy moly, why is it taking so long? I'm just gonna... Okay, apologies about that. Something was wrong with either Dreamboard or my internet, but we are back. Pacha here was interesting in the draft format, as if you just have more cards than your opponent. A quest for 3, which is nice. It looks more like a C-. I'm not sure exactly if it fits into a deck or in what way. Anastasia, though, is seeing some play. Basically just the 3-cost version of Merfolk and Flynn. Just 3/1 that quest for 2 that has that effect. Looks fine. Looks like a C. The one toughness, the one health, the one willpower is rough, but not bad. Shere Khan here is a really interesting aggressive card. 4 cost uninkable, 4/4 4/4 quest for 4. When you play this character, discard your hand. So again, presumably you want to play this when your hand is empty, or again, if you're really, really trying to be aggressive. There's also a couple of cards, again, like Lilo, that benefit from being in the discard or being put into the discard. I don't really see it being used there, but it's a little bit rough as, again, it's really only good when your hand is empty. So you don't want to early. It's also unclear how many of these you want. But it looks like a C+. It looks like a fine aggressive card. We'll see how relevant that is. We got King of Hearts, 4 cost and inkable, 3/3 for quest for 2. Damaged characters can't challenge your characters. It's a little bit weird. And again, also, I guess actually it does protect itself if the opposing characters have damage. So again, if there is a deck that does do the damage thing, this could see playing it. It looks like a C. It's not terrible, but it's not, again, it's like a little meh. Cheshire Cat is just like a draft card. This is an interesting one to talk about. Return of Hercules. This is essentially show and tell, if you're familiar with Magic the Gathering. It's 5 cost, inkable action. Each player may reveal a character from their hand and play it for free. So really, really, just completely new effect. Never seen this type of effect before. Is it good? Not particularly, at least not at the moment. Particularly being locked into Emerald, there's only so many other characters in other colors that you can put into play with this. So we got a lot of people talking about the Maleficent Dragon, and you just kill whatever they put in, assuming it doesn't have ward. There's also the combination with the Sheriff of Nottingham and the Floodborn Prince Philip that destroys damaged characters. So you play this, they play out their thing, and you play out your Prince Eric, and then your Sheriff of Nottingham puts damage, and then Prince Eric kills them all. So, it's like a neat little combination, but in terms of its actual usage, it looks more like I'm gonna say a C minus. Like, it could be a funny card to play, but again, doesn't look particularly strong. The other synergy with this is if you discard your opponent's hand, or so that's kind of why this is an emerald. Is like, I'm assuming they want you to discard your opponent's hand, then play this. But again, at that point, it's like, what are you even playing? Yeah, this looks just like it looks like a fun card, but not necessarily a good card yet. But again, I'm giving it a C minus because I think that this could increase again with show and tell type effects. The power level of the card scales with what new characters they print, and so as they continue to print more powerful characters, this card, right, can put something huge and monumental into play that makes this card good enough. But very, very interesting. What else do we got? I think that's, oh, sorry. We can talk about the other legendary, the rest of these, like this Basil, these Daisy, not really worth talking about, just a little bit too expensive, a little bit too, they do quest for 3, which is nice. So again, you can just like shove them in a deck and use them. This gives stuff reckless. This does the, we don't talk about Bruno effect. Or sorry, it's just a bounce. Not a Bruno, just a bounce. Like, yeah, both these just kind of like Daisy, I guess it's like a fine curve topper for if you want to be a particularly controlling deck. Lady Tremaine here is kind of similar to the Wake Up Alice card in that I think it's terrible. 6 cost inkable, 6 cost uninkable 3/3/2. It has an activated ability of return chosen damage character to their player's hand, then they discard a card at random. So, oh my god, just everything about this card is so bad. All right, I'm not even talking about the fact that it's uninkable. The 3/3 stat line is pretty bad. The fact that this is not on quest, meaning you have to give up 2 lore in order to use, and it's not like, oh, you have to like not use it, right, or whatever, or sorry, not quest with it, right? It's just like, or sorry, it's not even that it doesn't do this on play, right? You still have to wait a turn to use it, whether this was on quest or an activated ability. Then we have the same issue of you are returning, you have to do the work of damaging a character. So either they have challenged into one of your guys, or you have to challenge into one of their guys, or you have to play a card that puts damage. So already, again, we have to have done something already. And then you have to undo the work that you just did and remove the damage to put the card back into their hand. And then they could just discard a different card, right? They could just discard some other card that doesn't matter. And then they still have that card in their hand, and then they just replay it. Cool. You've done all the work of, you have essentially just played a 6 cost 3/3 that bounced something plus like using another card, and then this dies. And it's just like, it just frustrates me so much. Obviously, again, in the scenario where they have no cards in hand and you do this, you just remove the card and without activating any kind of on challenge or any when this is banished effect. But oh my gosh, just so much of this card is so hard to use, and just you have to jump through so many hoops. It just boggles my mind why we have a card like this. And then again, I'm sure people by this time are aware of cards like Tamatoa from this set. So like, I don't understand. I don't understand. That being said, it's fine. It's like a C. But again, just I'm not interested in building around this card in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, great. I don't get it. Yeah. And again, kind of like with Amethyst, both Amethyst and Emerald did not really gain a whole bunch of stuff. Again, besides some of the aggressive questers, and a couple of the interesting dual ink cards like Queen of Hearts, and the Pete and Baymax, really not too much going on. So yeah. That is going to do for this video, talking about the mono emerald cards from Archazia's Island. Let me know what you guys think. Again, I'm slamming through these, going as fast as I can to get my takes out to you guys. So I hope you guys do appreciate that. And if you do, again, like, comment, subscribe. It does really help me out. All right, everyone, that's going to do for me. I'll see you guys in the next video.